It's the SMT Media Network. Thanks for tuning back into the channel for this video, an NBA topic. All the news, all the stir around the NBA. Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And I actually need to rephrase this. It's Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley. I'm going to tell you guys why the situation has gotten so contentious. I'm going to tell you about the past of these two guys, both Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley. Give you guys kind of the history of who they are, how they operate. And then we'll talk about currently where things are and how they got here. And then I'll kind of project where things are going to go. So make sure that you like this video, share it so you can help the channel get happy in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT Media Network. All right, guys, this video is about control. That is the theme of this video. I want to start with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, in this particular situation, he is the B side. And by that, I mean he's not the A side. All right, now let's do a quick little history on Jimmy Butler. He's a late first-round pick. He was pick number 30 by the Bulls. He's played his first 6 or so seasons was with the Bulls. He then moved to the Wolves. He played there for a season. Played for the 76ers for the season after that. And then he has been with the Miami Heat, I think, since 2019. And he's currently with that team. With respect to his career achievements, he's a 6-time All-Star. In 2023, he was an All-NBA second-team player, 4 times All-NBA third team, 5 times All-NBA defensive second team, and I think he was the NBA steals leader back in 2021. So he is not without his achievements as an individual player. He's a very good player. He's been a very good player for the large duration of his career. But at his stops, whether it was Minnesota, Philadelphia, and now with Miami, he can be described as a malcontent, confrontational, problematic. Right? Those things are pretty clear. He has his flaws. He has his ways. Good player, but from a personality standpoint, can be a bit abrasive if you're just viewing it from the outside. Now back to this element of control. Butler likes to have control. All right, now shift over to the A side in this transaction. That is Pat Riley, the GM and president of the team. This is a 79-year-old man. Started his career as an assistant coach back in the late 70s. Became the LA Lakers head coach. Was there for 10 years. Won championships with them. That's the pedigree. Moved over to the Knicks back in 91. Was there until 95. Was pretty successful. Never won championships there, but he was successful and competitive. Went to the Heat in 95. I think coached there until 2003, 2004. He kind of became like more of a front office type of executive there. If you guys remember back when the Heat won the finals in 05-06, you know, he kind of transitioned away and kind of came back to coach the team and the whole thing with Van Gundy. But anyways, he's got rings as a coach. He's got rings as an executive. His achievements as a coach and as an executive are stockpiled. His Heat tenure, I mean, this guy has won Executive of the Year awards. You guys probably remember the LeBron era with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, right? The 2 chips there. He won Executive of the Year in 2011. But he's always brokered power. He's always wanted full control. Every stop he's made across all these organizations, from the Lakers till now currently with the Heat, he has brokered more power. He has been given full team control from Mickey Arison, the owner of the Heat. So whether it's from the coaching transition over to, you know, from an assistant coach to head coach to GM and player personnel powers to now complete basketball operations, I want to talk about what he has done as an executive. Okay, this guy has chosen to let players go who are Hall of Fame level players, right? This is no exaggeration. From guys like Sean Marion and Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway to players like Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, and LeBron James. He has let them go, if not shipped them out. He runs the Miami Heat very, very strictly and very seriously as a business. And he will not, I repeat, he will not relinquish his power and control to anyone. This man famously set down championship rings on the table. This is a reported story. Set down championship rings on the table and said to LeBron, This is what you have here. We're going to do it the Heat way, my way. LeBron left because LeBron wanted control. He went to Cleveland, got that control. You see what I'm saying? This is who you're dealing with when it comes to Pat Riley. It's Heat culture, but better said, it's Riley culture. It's the Riley way. This guy jettisoned Dwayne Wade, who is the heart and soul of the Miami Heat. Wade County, that whole thing. Guys, the Heat culture is the Riley way. Spoelstra is just a vessel, right? He's just the vessel for Pat Riley. Now, Jimmy currently faces a team-issued 7-game suspension for, conduct detrimental. Now, the NBA Player Association is probably going to fight on his behalf. He'll probably end up getting paid for it, right? I think, the Heat will probably not want to deal with the legalities of it. They'll probably settle and end up paying him for it. But they're making a statement. Pat Riley is making it abundantly clear he is not to be played with, and he's serious about his organization. Jimmy recently has been kind of like sandbagging it, kind of hot dogging it on the court, not really trying. His mouth is running like hot water in the media. He's saying he doesn't have joy for basketball anymore. These are some of I would say that's kind of like female tendencies. Those are the things you hear females say when they're getting bored in their relationships, right? But it's a foregone conclusion. He's basically played his last games with Miami. I would be shocked to see him suit up and play again. But I guarantee you, the Miami Heat will not tolerate any more of his nonsense. They're going to trade him. They're going to try like hell to trade him, but they will not take a bad deal. There is a version of this where Jimmy sits out the rest of the year because the Heat don't want to play him. They're here to make a statement. Pat Riley is like that. They don't care. He's going to make a statement. He needs to show that he has power and control. He's upholding a culture. It's like the CEO of a business. If you let your employees seem like they have control, and it seems like, the inmates are running the asylum or whatever the analogy is that you guys might hear, that's what this is really about. Pat Riley is a control freak. Pat Riley is all about power. And Jimmy doesn't stand a good chance to have good outcomes on this. Now, the best outcome is that he's traded to a contender, but there's no guarantee of that. Pat Riley's going to do what's best for the team, whatever the best return is, the most draft picks, the best players, whatever the package may be. But Pat Riley's in control, not Jimmy Butler. And that became abundantly clear when they suspended him for 7 games. Now, Jimmy would be wise. He's already made enough mistakes. He should have not been hot dogging on the court. He should not have been speaking to the media. That brought down his value. It reduced the likelihood that he could get a trade because it reduced the value or the perceived value around the league. That was stupid of him. But, NBA players do dumb things like that. They think because they can have power and all those things that they'll kind of, find their way out of teams and out of their current situation. They're so stupid. They really need better mentorship. They seriously, they need to be they need to be briefed on how to deal in the media and deal with teams. This was a huge mistake. Jimmy's an idiot. He's made a lot of mistakes in his career when it comes to things like this and all that. But that's what happens when people are all about power. They make bad decisions. Jimmy has made bad decisions. Pat Riley is absolutely spiteful, right? He's all about control and power. That's how we're at this point. This is how Jimmy Butler wanted a trade. Now, I'll be totally transparent about it. The Heat, specifically Pat Riley and all these trades and all the acquisitions of free agents, they haven't done enough to support, quote unquote, support Jimmy Butler and the Heat to win championships. They've had a couple of nice runs, and shout out to them for being a very, very good team. Maybe they haven't done enough to surround Adebayo and Jimmy with a couple more pieces or whatever. But nothing is perfect. And, when you're a player and you sign your contracts, you're there for the duration of your contract. How you handle your business publicly is going to kind of resonate around the league. If I'm another team, I'm looking at Jimmy Butler like, this guy's a malcontent. He makes problems. He's not even that great of a player. He's a very good player. But is the juice worth the squeeze? We're talking about a guy who is an aging all-star, former all-star. And he's, missed a lot of games in recent history. What is he averaging, like 50, 60 games a year now? He's not a superstar. I don't know. Is he even worth the considerations to lead your team as the primary player? Pat Riley has shipped off legends. He has shipped off Hall of Famers. In his prime, he sent LeBron out of Miami. How do you think he's supposed to handle Jimmy Butler? I think it's pretty clear where these guys stand. I expect Jimmy Butler to get traded. I think his future is with some other team. He's played this all wrong, and Pat Riley's not to be played with.